Okay, good evening. My name is Ivan Iliev, and I work for the Netherlands Embassy in North Macedonia and Pristina. And we teamed up today with ICK to organize an event that is supposed to celebrate the Day of the Entrepreneur in the Netherlands, which is this week, and also celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit between the Dutch and Kosovar entrepreneurs, and to investigate, to explore the possible future business relations between entrepreneurs from both countries. As you know, ICK is hosting the Global Entrepreneurial Week here in Kosovo. So therefore, we are happy to be their partners for this event. We are starting with an introductory speech and a welcome speech by the Netherlands ambassador, Her Excellency Karen Boven, here to Kosovo, and later we will follow up with a panel discussion on the topic. The focus tonight is on the IT sector, but we will also mention a little bit of the entrepreneurial activities and businesses here and in the Netherlands in general. Thank you. Madam Ambassador.
Thank you, Ivan, and good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here, and maybe other people will join later, but I think because of the bad weather, there's a delay, but we will start anyhow. Good evening, everyone. So it's a real pleasure to be here today at this special panel discussion as part of a series of events within the Global Entrepreneurship Week here in Kosovo. And a heartfelt thank you to our host today, the Innovation Center Kosovo, and our distinguished guests and panelists all the participants here today joining us. During this event, and Ivan, you already said it, we are also celebrating the Day of the Entrepreneur in the Netherlands. And in fact, it was on the 17th of November last week, but on a Sunday, and that's not a very convenient day to celebrate the Day of the Entrepreneur, so we do it today. I would like to use this opportunity to express my gratitude to both Dutch and Kosovar entrepreneurs, not only in the IT sector, but across all industries, for their dedication, creativity, and remarkable contributions to the economic growth of both our countries. Entrepreneurs are the heart of innovation and progress. Their drive to create, adapt, and solve problems and overcome challenges paves the way for economic growth and societal change. The entrepreneurial spirit is about more than starting a business. It's about resilience, it's about vision, and the courage to take risks that lead to new opportunities and growth. Tonight, we celebrate that spirit and focus how it bridges borders, bringing Dutch and Kosovar communities closer, fostering collaboration, and opening doors to global markets. The Netherlands has long been recognized as a hub of innovation, especially in the IT sector. Its strong ecosystem supports startups and established companies alike, offering the right blend of talent, infrastructure, and supportive policies. Dutch companies like Bukero, do I pronounce that correctly? A leading payment solutions company that has successfully established operations in Kosovo, exemplify how a commitment to excellence in IT can lead to successful international ventures, including partnerships here in Kosovo. The Netherlands' focus on collaboration and knowledge sharing is a model for global IT entrepreneurship. And Kosovo, as you all know here today, is emerging as a dynamic center for IT, innovation, and entrepreneurship. With a young, skilled workforce and an increasing number of startups, the IT sector is rapidly becoming a pillar of our economy. Kosovar entrepreneurs demonstrate remarkable creativity and determination, turning challenges into opportunities and making their mark on regional and global markets. By connecting with global players like Buckaroo, Kosovo is showcasing its potential as a partner for innovation and success. Tonight's discussion, titled Bridging Borders, Dutch and Local Insights on IT Entrepreneurship, will delve into these very topics. I hope you agree with me, panelists. We'll explore the opportunities that partnerships between Dutch and Kosovar entrepreneurs bringing to the IT sector and beyond. Our panelists will also shed light on the challenges that we face, such as building a qualified IT workforce, fostering innovation, and ensuring sustainable growth. So I encourage you all to engage actively, ask questions, and give comments, share ideas, and as we discuss the important role entrepreneurship plays in shaping our shared future. So thank you once again for joining us tonight. Let's celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit, and I look forward to an inspiring discussion. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Ambassador. What a remarkable introduction. I would say you could also continue like moderating the panel, because your questions were quite good, and it would be like a great example of an ambassador moderating an entrepreneurial discussion. But thank you for your introduction. And just so you know, one of our first licenses we got as Innovation Center Kosovo back in 2013 was the Dutch license. It's called Get in the Ring. It's a competition when two entrepreneurs get really into a boxing ring, but they don't fight. They don't use hands, they use words, like a pitching session, so whoever wins can knock out down the other. But we have continued to organize it for the last 10 years, and then we moved to some other parts. So welcome once again to ICK. It was my pleasure to moderate this panel and I was really glad Stefan is back at his first home. I think he was one of our first members in our co-working space. And I think we have introduced a co-working space only because of Stefan. So he was looking for a seat to come and work with his laptop. And then we said, let's do a co-working space, because we were mainly serving as a business incubator and serving different offices to startups. So welcome back, Stefan. And you have the names of the speakers tonight. And I would really like to kick off this discussion with Stefan, who now today represents Buckaroo, or Bucaro, I don't know, you can tell us in your introduction, Buckaroo. So what do you do, guys? And what motivated Buckaroo to establish operations in Kosovo? And how was this decision contributed to the company's success?
Thank you, and indeed, thank you very much, because I think I come here over 10 years, and yeah, it's always been a great pleasure, and see not only Kosovo changing, but also ICK changing, and all the startups involved, and bringing forward a lot of great companies. Yeah, Buckaroo, I'm only working there for a couple of months, although I know it a few years longer. And Buckaroo is a payments solution provider, and that means that basically every supermarket or e-commerce platform needs a way to make their consumers pay. And as we all know, either when we go to Giraffe or something, that in the end you can choose either to pay with your bank or by credit card or with, for example, PayPal and whatever. And we make sure that e-commerce platforms can do that, but also for supermarkets, for bigger companies. And we have now around 44,000 clients in the Netherlands and some in Belgium and Germany. And I think you also asked why they're here, right? So they started exactly 2 years ago here in Kosovo. And first of all, that's great, because now we have around 50 people here working. I'm the only, let's say, non-Kosovo there. But what makes it even better, to me, why I'm extra proud of that, is that they also try to do the same into other countries. I think Ukraine and Romania, and in both countries it didn't work out. And in Kosovo it did, so that's really great. And I'm only looking forward to, growth. Our office will be twice as big in a few months, at least the office space. So hopefully that also means more people there to work.
Amazing. Yeah, that's amazing because usually I know when we have met with Ivan several months ago and starting to preparing this event, we said that there is a general assumption in the community whenever we talk about Dutch investments in Kosovo, the first thing that comes in mind is Kivo. Because probably one of the first and one of the biggest investors, and also because Visa Ramoil is quite involved in the community as a mentor, as a jury member, and everything. But this was like a good occasion for us in the community, and because of this, we are also recording it. So people who couldn't make it tonight because of the weather, it will be online tomorrow morning. So you can know what are other Dutch companies. And Ivan has did a lot. He said like, I mean, in the names and different brands that we didn't know that were Dutch. Because we were mainly, how to say, experienced with companies coming from the German-speaking countries and the US, because our diaspora is there. But when it comes to diaspora, then I met Artan several weeks ago, and we just texted each other on LinkedIn, and I asked, he said that I will be in Kosovo, let's meet at ICK. He wanted to see and to explore the center, and I said, what do you do? And he said, I link Dutch companies to Kosovo companies. So this is how I wanted to kick off the question with Artan. So what inspired you to come up with this idea? Did you see the potential, or is just? I know it's a bit also a patriotic thing you do for the Kosovo in other ways, but let us hear where the motivation came from. They have the mic there.
First of all, thank you. Everybody is here, and also thank you very much for the invitation. Where it came from, to the start of what my journey, Business Match Kosovo. Well, it started in 1978 when I was born in Kosovo, and in December 1993 when my parents moved to the Netherlands. So I always say I'm born in Kosovo, but I'm raised by the Netherlands, and I wanted to give something back. Not only to give back to where I came from, where I was born in Kosovo, but also to give back something to the Dutch entrepreneurs, to open a new door for them that it's not opened yet, or it's only a little bit opened and it's not familiar. So I started to explore. I did my research 2 years ago. It took me like 6 to 8 months to analyze the Dutch market. Which sectors are in the growth, where are the pains. I did the same for the market in Kosovo, and I analyzed the companies in Kosovo which are present not only in the region in Balkan, but in Europe, but also abroad in the world. And it's good to know that, like you mentioned, Kosovo has a big connection with Germany, the Dutch region, Switzerland, Austria, and also America. Not in the Netherlands, because the diaspora is a little bit less than in the other countries, around 10,000 people with roots from Kosovo. 40% is like newborn from the 10,000 in the Netherlands. And the standards from the Dutch perspective in product or a service are very high. And it's of course easily for a Kosovo company to enter the German market via the diaspora. And that's why I wanted to create something where I can help not only the Kosovo company enter the Dutch market, and in the near future also in the Belgium and Luxembourg, so it's the Benelux, but I also can help the Dutch market Dutch entrepreneurs find a new market to tackle not only staff shortage, but also supply chain costs and operational costs. And that's how it started, and that's what I do, basically.
Beautiful. And except IT, what are some of the other key areas the Dutch would be interested to see in Kosovo? Because Kosovo is a small country too, and we cannot deliver on everything that the Dutch market may need. But what are some other sectors? Is it wood? Is it textile? Or what are they considering? Or what are you considering when it comes to bridging different companies?
Well, the main goal is to tackle staff shortage, and staff shortage is in every sector. But it's not my goal, and I also don't do that to get people out of Kosovo and bring them to the Netherlands. No, the work has to be done from Kosovo for the Netherlands and vice versa. So also
So no nurses from Kosovo.
No,
Like the Germany is taking everyone.
Yes, it's possible. But to give an answer on your question, Spent, we can deliver homes from Kosovo, Instabuild. We can deliver digital healthcare with HelloCare. We can deliver IT. We can deliver accountancy, payment. So there are many ways to tackle challenges where the Dutch market currently is facing. And that it's also, it's not only tackling the staff shortage, but it's also increasing then the position, the competitive position of the Dutch entrepreneurs in the market, not only in the Netherlands, but also in the region.
Amazing, thank you. Yeah, we'll come back to you later on. I'm really glad that Fatborda is here with us tonight because we always love to see and promote a lot, especially women coming in IT. The first program when we created, it was called Developer, and the slogan was, "No, this is not my brother's computer," because it wasn't normal to see a lady with a computer coding back 10 years ago. Now, on 2024, we have a lot of companies run by women. We have Art of J-Coders Academy, Hana of Škola Digitale, and now we also have the Innovation Academy run by Fatborda. So yeah, it's a great applause for ladies in ICT, because they also serve as a great role models for all the ladies to join the industry, because it is really still considered a man's profession. That's why we were like kind of happy when the first lady joined our Cyber Academy, because when you talk about hackers, the only thing you need some cool guys with white or black hats, with hoodies and everything, but not ladies. So just let us know the story of Innovation Academy, and I'm quite impressed because it's coming out of Pristina. So because everything was really concentrated in the capital city, the companies, the sector, the government, and everything. So we love to see these kind of initiatives spreading out of the capital city as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Ben. It is true that focus is always in capital cities, and but we have really talented students also that live in villages and different cities around the Kosovo. Actually, I'm Fatborda Dolku, co-founder and CEO of Innovation Academy. I studied at University of Pristina, Faculty of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Everyone called me Smiley Girl there, and just because of my first day of my studies, because it was a group of boys that just told me like, hey, you want to be an engineer with this smiley face? And I just said, yes, I will be, and yes, I finished university. But I also, during my studies, won an internship at Robert Bosch company in Germany. And from there started everything. After 10 years experience on ICT sector, we decided that we have to do something good for our hometown. And in 2019, we opened Innovation Academy. With Innovation Academy, we strive to build a stronger future for Kosovo youth through modern programs. What we actually want to do is making them equal to the peers all around the world. Our focus is, our aim is teaching them on problem solving using creativity and logic, working on critical thinking, and most important thing is working with real projects, because everyone loves working on real projects. So short story maybe for...
I mean, how many kids have you trained so far since the establishment of the academy?
Yeah, actually we started with 50 students. Right now we have 1,000 and more students that are actually, we don't teach only programming. We have and also English languages, but our aim and our success story is based on programming.
Yeah, mainly. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, great example coming from a smaller municipality, and that's how to say, establishing a model for others to also establish. We have seen now Jakova, but also we have seen Škola Historia and Academia Jacoders also opening different branches in small municipalities, because yes, there is talent and you get closer to them. Because when ICK was established and we created our training center, we had a lot of phone calls from parents from Kačanik and some other municipalities that are far from Pristina, and they couldn't like bring their kids to Pristina because there were no bus lines, and then our trainings were later on. So that's great to see examples like yours going out of Pristina. Stefan, known as like the Dutch Kosovar Jakovar guy living in Pristina. My next question is about the collaborations and successful collaborations between Dutch IT professionals and Kosovo IT professionals within your company. Are they better than us, or are we close to the knowledge and professionalism?
Interesting. So you mean the comparison between the Dutch colleagues and the Kosovo colleagues?
Also, how do they go along?
I think that even when it's for Buckaroo, that most of the developers are working in Kosovo, because it's very hard to find in Western Europe anyway, like good developers, because they're not enough. So these companies are looking for other places. I think the stereotype, and which was true till a couple of years ago, that people are looking for cheaper labor or more. Well, at least with less salaries, that still is true. But I mean that the salaries here obviously are lower. But I think that mainly, first of all, because they can't find them, you know. And I know from from my boss that he actually, you know, also gets way more fun from the developers from Kosovo than the one from Holland. And he likes, I heard him saying, I don't know if this is being recorded, right? Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna say something good about here, that he likes the attitude way better. So also from this company, but also former companies where we work for, like Prime, I know that also the Dutch people love to come to Kosovo for a couple of days, not only for the collaboration, but the whole atmosphere and the vibe in the country. So I don't think that there is, well, I'm not an expert in development, but I don't think that there is a gap between the quality of them. I mean, if you really want to make it in IT development, you can, you know, study hard and learn a lot. Yeah. And I think you can be just as good as, you know, other countries in that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is beautiful, because what Stefan is saying is that also what we lobby a lot within our government is that Kosovo should invest a lot in the ICT sector, because this is probably the only sector that's keeping the youngsters here. So they are getting paid quite well. There are 35,000 IT professionals sitting in the companies in Pristina. There are 2,000 companies. Based on the last barometer the Kosovo City Association published. And they're staying close to their families. And now with the visa liberalization, they can just travel to Amsterdam or Hague or something for fun. And then, yeah, I know that a lot of companies, Dutch, German, American, who have their offices in Pristina, are using our country for organizing different staff retreat to Kosovo. So they are inviting internationals to come here and spend the team with the Kosovo colleagues. And I'm pretty sure that there is a good quality. Once Kosovo was called Little India, because there were a lot of programmers, but now we say, no, we are not Little India, we are Kosovo. We are delivering quite good quality of people that are working from this country. So we need to create our own identity rather than to be like compared to other countries as well. Going back to Artan, whom I will also meet in another event. He is organizing with the Kosovo Embassy in the Netherlands. We'll be together there to meet some of our partners, counterparts. The next question will be, how do you navigate the cultural and business differences between the Netherlands and Kosovo to build successful partnerships?
You mean the difference between the entrepreneurship?
Yeah, mainly on business differences and cultural differences. Or are there some boundaries when it comes to connecting Kosovars and Dutch people? I know we both like beers.
Dutch people like also wine.
Also wine, yeah.
Yes.
So will be some businesses, wineries from Rauwest and Soareka that would be really good.
I will take you some vlaai when you come to The Hague. It's from Limburg. Good. So, yes, of course, there are a little bit of boundaries, but I think the only boundary is the language. it's only the speaking language. Because often I get this question, what's the comparison between the Dutch entrepreneur and the entrepreneurs from Kosovo? And there are a few things that are immediately a match. One is innovation. Both the Netherlands, like also the ambassador Karamboven mentioned, is an innovation hub. If we see the development in Kosovo in the late 5 to 10 years, if you see the development and the innovation of the companies, it's very proud to be proud of it. So it's innovation, hospitality. It's like Dutch people are very it's hospitality. We have both. And we have also, both entrepreneurs have the mentality, get the job done. Close.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so we are quite close. Yes, in terms. But when you say about language, why do we need to speak Dutch? I mean, they are good in English as well.
Yes. If you see also in big companies, English speaking, it's normal. But there are sectors. And it's more like I just mentioned, we had last a match between two companies. It's in the accountancy sector, and you have to know a bit like the legal structure from the Netherlands. Then is Dutch speaking it will be positive. Yes.
Yes,
but
good.
If you see it like in the IT sector, the matches we do, no problem. And we don't have Indian-speaking English in Kosovo.
Yeah, that's good. We are good in English because Albanian is quite hard, so that's why we are quite adaptive in learning other languages. Fatborda, you do exactly what we do here at ICK. We train people, and so as you know, Kosovo and other countries are creating people with diploma sometimes, but they are not with skills. So they got their university degrees, but they are not employable, because universities, mainly public ones, are quite slow in developing or adapting the curriculum based on the needs coming from the market. So what is the Innovation Academy doing in order to fill the skill gap in the market? Not only Kosovo, but how do we train people so Artan can have it easier for them to link with the Dutch companies?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm going to start saying that how we can just collaborate or create bridges, border with and have a success is like connecting industry with academy. What does it mean is like, I want to connect this with last week we were in a web summit, world's largest technology event, and we were with our stand with 9 other companies, really successful companies, and there were a lot of companies that just come at our stand and ask us, do you have a front-end programmers? Do you have a back-end programmers? Do you have a JavaScript programmers? Python, React? So if we have these requirements, so what we have to do, we have to collaborate. We have to collaborate together and create these requirements that we have from the labor market and implement in our program. Yes, in our academy, fortunately that we are working with all of front-end. We have front-end developers. We teach JavaScript, also for the back-end PHP. But of course that we have to improve all the programs just to prepare youngers to be ready for the labor market. And I believe that if we collaborate together, like professionals, and create a better program, because I know that is not easy, because a lot of youngers love just scrolling on TikTok and love increasing the files on Snapchat, and it's not easy to teach them programming. But we see that a success story of Kosovo is with ICT. And if we just create this kind of, because we have extra excellent generation of youngers. We only have to teach them how to use technology in a proper way. We also have AI that is spreading so fast, so we have to teach them how to use AI. And I believe that success will not miss.
Yeah, yeah, we are on this together. It's part of our mission, and that's why I I told in the beginning that we should have our own economic identity because Kosovo doesn't have a sea, so we should consider ICT as one of our key priority sectors, along with the wood industry and textile. Because usually when we speak about ICT, we think that everything goes around us. It's not. It's the lowest GDP out of these three sectors. So Kosovo is quite great in wood and in textile as well, and also in winery and some other stuff. So as a small country, I think that we are here to deliver, and we are doing quite good. Stefan, what do you think? Do Kosovars have this entrepreneurial spirit?
Yes. Actually, that's something that is here a lot, and not when we're talking about like these fancy industries, but I think that everyone. Well, first of all, a lot of success for our customers that do have a job or are an entrepreneur often start something next to that, you know. So they always want to do something more when they see opportunities. But also just a lot of, let's say, regular people, they open shops or cafes or bars, you know. And well, I think that's quite extraordinary. So I think that there is definitely an entrepreneurial spirit.
The others might know better, but the first Kosovo entrepreneurs were entrepreneurs by force because they were like forced out of their by the employees during the regime, and then they had to open these small shops and offices. And there is a joke about the entrepreneurial spirit of Kosovo Albanians. And Kosovo Albania was on a plane, and then the pilot just fainted, and they asked the Kosovo Albanian guy, "Do you know how to plane to fly?" He said, "No, but I'll try." So this "no, but I'll try" is something that it's really they are quite courage on taking decisions and doing stuff. What do you think, Artan?
It's true what you're saying. I experienced it myself in several situations between the Dutch company and the Kosovo company, and it was like the Dutch company asked me. I said in Dutch, "Achtan, weet je het zeker dat het ze gaat lukken?" And I said yes. And they asked me, "Are you sure they will do it, or they can do it?" I said, "Trust me, they will do it." Yeah. So. And that's Kosovo entrepreneurs are not afraid of taking the challenge, and that's also similarity with the Dutch entrepreneur. And I really, it's like goosebumping when I see a new collaboration and they see like, wow, we did there was so much match between between the both.
And you can add something, sure.
Because I think that you touched a really good point, because I think that the main USP for Kosovars, at least I know, like the ones here that I know, most of them are Kosovo Albanians, is that they are so extremely service-oriented. They always want to help and want to reach out. So we had like, especially in the first years when we even had less money than now, we didn't have like a great car, and that broke down every once in a while. But we knew that we just have to wait a few minutes standing aside the road and ask, like a car, and they will pull, and then especially when it's like guys, they always say, just like you said, "No, I don't know, but let me look in it," so let me help. And that is something, like in personal way, but also business-wise, people are always, willing to do something. And that is something, let's say, let's say in a different way than my own culture, and that is something that foreigners see, because they see it through, when they go to a bar or when they have it in, like in real life. And I remember one time when my parents a long time ago drove here, but the navigation system stopped, so they could only just go to Pristina. They ended up at the Grand Hotel. And then just they were asking, and someone was calling me for them and helping them. And my parents, they wanted to offer money, and it was so funny to hear, because that's like really the attitude of people. They will always help you, So
it's quite normal. Yeah.
That's more than normal here.
More than normal. And for both of you guys, what do you think that what role what advice would you give to Kosovo businesses and freelancers who are looking to attract Dutch companies and investors and other partners to do business together? So what are some of the advice you would give to them? I assume quality and some other stuff. Yeah.
No, there are two things. Be humble and don't overpromise.
So yeah, amazing. I think these two would be also for other people as well, because I see that we also have some freelancers here, like Diamant, who works with video and editing. So if he would like look into finding some Dutch counterparts, so they are easy to work with, right? They are not like Germans.
I have to deal also with Germans in some projects. Like, what was the situation? I had to go to travel to München just for 1 hour work, just to sign a paper. That wouldn't be necessary in the Netherlands. If digital, like 95% of all processes in the Netherlands are digital. So if you compare it to Germany, I think by Gore we have a better reach than in the center of Berlin. By Gore Mountain?
In Mitrovica.
Yes. Downstairs you have Dubbertin. There's where I bought.
And for people who are in the audience who don't know about the Dutch presence in Kosovo, Artan, I would like to hear from you because you have the numbers and the names. Who are some of the biggest companies, probably also in the region, because Ivan have mentioned some companies that are also more present in Macedonia, North Macedonia. But tell us more about the Dutch presence here, because people don't know.
Yes, I think you already mentioned most of the companies, and Kivo, you have Bucaro, we have Prime is also. We have now a couple of accountancy companies that has already entered the Dutch market, and many more are exploring. And also thanks to the subsidiaries that the Chamber of the government of the Netherlands give and support to the Dutch entrepreneurs. So if you want to explore the market in Kosovo, there are subsidies for it. So it makes also the step towards to explore the new market and the possibilities make it easier. And the success stories of Bucaro that's the.
And as a country, what should we do next to attract like bigger investments, like let's say something into manufacturing or big factories? We know about this IT thing. Kosovo is quite attractive to other countries as well, but we cannot deliver to everyone. We are just 1.6 million people. And just let us, I mean, what are your plans with your association? What are you looking into? What do you see?
Well, in my main goal is in the first stage to set up collaborations to create jobs in Kosovo and tackle the staff shortage in the Netherlands. Yeah. In the second stage, and it's on the background, it's already started, but that timeline is very long. Is to get investments from the Netherlands in the market in Kosovo, which meant if you look now in the global situation. Like the whole supply chain is being redefined, from starting with the COVID and also all the situations in the world. So every sector is looking now for a new supply chain and also to tackle the operational costs. That includes also Kosovo as a possibility. So the only thing we have to do is to teach, like Fatbara does, new students, to create experience, to create success stories, also like with Bucaro, and be humble.
Yeah, and the third question, like quite short, because you have mentioned 10,000 Albanians from Kosovo
Yes.
live in the Netherlands.
Yes.
What do they do? Because I know what do Albanians do in Switzerland and in Germany, mainly. Construction, big companies, retail, but what do these 10,000 people do? Do you know?
I hope that they all work, first of all.
Yeah.
Coffee
bars, probably, I guess, restaurants.
That's the reason, Spent, that we are organizing the event 30th of November, because you have a lot of programs in Germany and Switzerland for the diaspora, but in Netherlands it's missing, and we wanted to start like one kick-off event to connect the business diaspora, but also the professionals from Kosovo and the Netherlands. So to give an answer on that, we will get to know it on the Saturday, 30th of November.
We will know on 29th.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. And also, I'm wanted to also thank you publicly for this initiative, because this is the first one that we as ICK were also invited by you and the Ambassador Doli in the Netherlands. So let's see what we can do together.
Yes.
Fatborda, I will now go internationally. What are you guys thinking of expanding your partnerships internationally? Now you have mentioned yourself with the ChatGPT and everything has changed a lot. Now you don't need to be a programmer to code yourself. You can just ask ChatGPT for the first lines and then you can continue itself.
Okay, nice question. It's a challenge. Accessing international markets is a big challenge, because first of all, if you just go in an international summit or everywhere outside, first question that they will ask you is if you are supported, if your country is supporting you, if you have support from government, if you have any support from any investor from Kosovo, because it's very important to gain the trust. Trust is very important, and I believe that we have to work hard on this. And because of this, what actually we need is a little support. And we don't need like to go there, as you said, because we can do outsourcing everywhere. But we need the support. Example, I can just show a story about of our student, because I want to connect this. I'm sorry if I just tell this, but it was a success story of him. He started at our school with a scholarship from private sector. It was a company, Diari Shapaka, that helped him because he was not in a good conditions, and he couldn't pay his tuition fees for studying. So after 2 years of studies, he is now employed and outsourcing for Germany. Also, he proposed his friend, and they liked him too. Both of them, they are now working outsourcing for Germany. It was just a little support. And what about if we get the support from government, from NGOs? What will happen? So with them, we have really excellent generations. We were in Netherlands with the STEM Olympiad last year, and we got best of the best medal there. So I believe that we are equal to with all youngers everywhere in the world. So we only miss a little support. And regarding the question, we don't need like to move there. We also need, we can just have a nice platform that we can just put it online and create really nice education programs. And I believe that we will get diaspora and all the youngers that want to learn programming, because the future is programming. I believe so.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, you should be proud of when these students get their jobs. I know that we at RCK have created, only through training department, more than 5,000 jobs, and we are quite really impressed and happy and proud when a company says, look, you know, programmer, you just brought us a month ago, we are keeping, because the demand is quite high. And if Kosovo could manage to have 100 innovation academies, it wouldn't be enough to fill this gap that's coming from the market, not only local but international. So this is.
Yeah, but we have to work like in proper way, because you can't be a programmer with 2 months.
No.
You have to study hard, and it's a long story about this. And as I told, based off the requirements that we have from the labor market, and if we just find the exact program that we have to teach them, I believe that success will not miss.
Perfect. Yeah, the talent is there, so we just need to work with our youngsters and to offer. And I totally agree with the government support. We don't see this happening, unfortunately, especially with the private sector and the ICT sector. Usually, different political parties come at ICK during the election campaign. They take some great pictures. They promise a lot. Then they go back to the offices and nothing happens.
Actually, this year. I believe they started to support. But what I mentioned is like supporting directly on students. You mean it was just tuition fee of monthly payment that the student couldn't do it. But after 2 years, he is employed. He's outsourcing for Germany. So what if government just scholarship a huge number of students?
This is what
It
we are
is
asking
like-
for them, like in the last 5 elections. So we are here, we have changed like 5 prime ministers, 4 presidents, same pitch every time they come at ICK, same pitch. But I think then they move to different like asphalt and roads and big things because they like to cut the ribbons, I assume.
Can I say something? And
Yeah, sure.
Well, we soon have new elections again, so enjoy all. Yeah, what I've seen that is really important is that for Netherlands, Kosovo is quite unknown, at least unknown in terms of possibilities, etc. Most probably because of a lack of diaspora, of a big diaspora. So what you are doing is very important, and most companies that came here and are successful either had like a Kosovo Albanian, like working there or something, or they came, that was quite accidentally. And what I mentioned before, that concerning Buckaroo, that they first tried to do it into Eastern European countries because they were obvious countries, for outsourcing stuff. By the way, it's not necessarily outsourcing, and for Kosovo, I don't know how it came on their radar, but now they are extremely happy with it and it works well. So so often it's just that people need to know about it. And the trust you're mentioning is linked with that because they don't have other experiences. So we have a couple of let's call it partner organizations in the Netherlands of Buckaroo, and because of the success of Buckaroo, they are now also coming to Holland, some other companies. So that's just because they see that it works and they see it from trustworthy people. And especially when it's about private sector, it's all about money. So when they see, okay, you're investing millions and it's really paying off, that's the biggest proof. So that's why what you are doing is so important because people don't have it on their radar, and they are also very briefly. What we sometimes forget, Dutch people like Kosovars a lot because they're just friendly and fun. The vibe is really good. It's extremely safe. It's in the same time zone. They pay with a euro too, and the communication is pretty easy. There are a lot of communication differences and cultural differences, but you can really, work with that, which are in general different with, let's say, more traditional Eastern European countries. And maybe that's it.
Yeah, I was just thinking when Stefan said that not too many Kosovars know too much about the Netherlands. I was thinking, what do I know? And the first thing I remember was the 2 football players, Patrick Kluivert and Davids. They were the 2 only, that we remember from the France '98. I was a kid and I still remember them doing 6 goals against Serbia. Probably I know the first thing, Yeah. And then you remind me the first, and don't forget, Amsterdam was full of Kosovo Albanians on January after the visa freeze.
Yes. Yeah, and now we have.
So I think that they were
a direct flight from Amsterdam to Pristina.
Yeah, I've seen that. Amazing.
Yes, so that's really good. And by the way, sometimes people also, for example, the Spar supermarket, that's a Dutch company, but a lot of people don't realize that. Of course, maybe the legal person entity is not Dutch here, but and Shell is Dutch as well, and there are more, that's also the last years, but so there is often, and I see it in the supermarkets because I'm from a tiny village, but we make the sauces, Remia sauces from the village where I'm from, and a lot of bars and restaurants are using that sauce, so there's way more Dutch Kosovo connection than we often realize.
Perfect, and this is what we like to see. Now I think that in 10 minutes the pizzas will be here, so we are opening the mic for you guys, for the public. Any questions, comments? Tell us if you know something. We are not here to tell you, we are here also to listen. So please feel free to raise your hand, introduce yourself, and contribute to this discussion. Come on. The first one is always the most difficult. Then it will come. Dorina is my colleague. She runs the incubator department, and this year last year she was in Amsterdam, and I'm pretty sure that we have also talked to Ivan that after Berlin, probably the Netherlands, Amsterdam is one of the main hubs in ICT sector. So just let us know whom we have met there, whom do we know there.
Yeah. Hi everyone, hi again. Yeah, we've been part of a visit in different hubs. So we visited and we tried to collaborate with them. It was really inspiring to see how some of the old buildings were transformed to look like really a nice co-working space or offices. What was interesting is that it was cold, and they were saying like you should stay with your jackets on for energy saving, which was interesting. And we were like, okay, but we understood. No, yeah. But yeah, we worked with TNW, and yeah, we had some really nice discussions, and yeah.
Yeah, the next level, TNW is quite big initiative.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, now you have more.
More energy. Floor.
Yeah. Any other questions? I can pass the mic.
I'm pretty sure we usually yeah, when we go to the Netherlands, we usually first we go to Amsterdam. We try this kind of cigarettes the guys have there, and then yeah, I remember I bought one chewing gum that has some marijuana on it when on my flight back from Belgium, and he said like, look, this is legal only in the Netherlands, and it writes there. But I was just more curious to bring, and then at the Brussels airport I see a dog sniffing close to me, but no, he didn't do anything, so I was quite safe. If the pizzas are here, let us know, Shand. If not, we are not going to let them get cold. While the team is checking. I remember that I have mentioned it to Ivan whenever I visited like 2 different Dutch embassies in Western that are like one in Greece, and then they have the first floor is called the Orange Hub. Like is the embassy, but the first floor is always open for IT professionals. It serves as a co-working space, and this is I wanted to say like, why don't we have like in the Balkans the Dutch embassy serve this orange hub? It's like all orange, like with the energy plugins and everything, so people can use the embassy's premises for different events. They organize different like concerts and meetups and conferences and training in the afternoon when the embassies was closed, and then they opened door for citizens. And I really liked how this, I experienced it in Athens, in Greece, and I think that it will be a good model. So just do something on this regard in the embassies. Yeah. Note taken. Okay, right, we are going to close. The pizzas are here, drinks are here. Thank you so much for your time. The ambassador, was quite a pleasure to welcome you for the first time at ICK. We hopefully will continue to cooperate, and we will let you know as soon as the event in The Hague is over what are some of the results coming out from there. So we are going, me, Artan, it will be the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Lisa, with us. And Bukaro will be there, so we'll do our best to promote Kosovo in the Netherlands by the end of this month. Thank you so much. This was it.